It was really incredible. On Palm Sunday, Jesus entered Jerusalem riding on a donkey. Everyone went crazy, praising Jesus and waving palm branches to honor him. The soldiers beat Jesus and put a crown of thorns on his head. The soldiers made Jesus carry his cross to the place he would die. Jesus hung on the cross while the soldiers mocked him. Finally, he died on the cross and was taken down to be buried. But that's not the end of the story. They buried Jesus in a tomb, and 3 days later he arose. He came back to life. Yay! Happy Easter!
And you may all go back to your seats. Good morning. Our first reading this morning is from Psalm 118, 1 and 2, and then 14 through 24. Give thanks to the Lord because he is good, because his faithful love lasts forever. Let Israel say it, God's faithful love lasts forever. The Lord was my strength and protection. He was my saving help. The sounds of joyful songs and deliverance are heard in the tents of the righteous. The Lord's strong hand is victorious. The Lord's strong hand is ready to strike. The Lord's strong hand is victorious. I won't die. No, I will live and declare that the Lord has done. Yes, the Lord definitely disciplined me, but he didn't hand me over to death. Open the gates of righteousness for me, so I can come in and give thanks to the Lord. This is the Lord's gate. Those who are righteous enter through it. I thank you because you answered me, because you were my saving help. The stone rejected by the builders is now the main foundation stone. This has happened because of the Lord. It is astounding in our sight. This is the day the Lord acted. We will rejoice and celebrate in it. The second reading is from John. The first is from John chapter 20. The first section called the Empty Tomb is verses 1 through 10. Early in the morning of the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. She ran to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved, and said, "They have taken the Lord from the tomb, and we don't know where they've put him." Peter and the other disciple left to go to the tomb. They were running together, but the other disciple ran faster than Peter and was the first to arrive at the tomb. Bending down to take a look, he saw the linen cloths lying there, but he didn't go in. Following him, Simon Peter entered the tomb and saw the linen cloths lying there. He also saw the face cloth that had been on Jesus' head. It wasn't with the other cloths, but was folded up in its own place. Then the other disciple, the one who arrived at the tomb first, also went inside. He saw and believed. They didn't yet understand the scripture that Jesus must rise from the dead. Then the disciples returned to the place where they were staying. The second half of this reading is entitled, Jesus Appears to Mary. Mary stood outside near the tomb crying. As she cried, she bent down to look into the tomb. She saw two angels dressed in white, seated where the body of Jesus had been, one at the head and one at the foot. The angels asked her, "Woman, why are you crying?" She replied, "They have taken away my Lord, and I don't know where they put him." As soon as she had said this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing there, but she did not know who he was. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you crying? Who are you looking for?" Thinking he was the gardener, she replied, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have put him, and I will get him." Jesus said to her, "Mary." She turned and said to him in Aramaic, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Jesus said to her, "Don't hold on to me, for I haven't yet gone to my Father. Go to my brothers and sisters and tell them, I'm going up to my Father and your Father, my God and your God." Mary Magdalene left and announced to the disciples, "I've seen the Lord." Then she told them what he had said to her. This is the word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God.
still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb. It was still dark. Why does John decide to make sure that that little tidbit of information is in the story? Is it by accident? Is it to let us know that it was just before sunrise that Mary Magdalene went to Jesus' tomb? As soon as she could come following the Saturday Sabbath? Or does it run deeper than that? The Gospel of John uses light and darkness as metaphors throughout. For instance, in the very first chapter we are told that in Jesus was life, and that life is the light. And the light shines in the darkness, but the darkness had not understood it. Later in John chapter 3, Nicodemus, a man of Pharisees and a member of the Jewish ruling council, came to Jesus at night. In other words, he came out of the darkness to the light of light, light of life. Further along in that chapter, Jesus says, "Light has come into the world, but people love darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that his deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light." In the Gospel of John, darkness represents chaos, despair, unbelief. Light represents truth, faith, and salvation. And so it was